Hello, welcome everybody. What's going on? It's been a while since I've made a YouTube video that really has like me in it and kind of talks about everything about the game and stuff like that. So today we're going to be on Genesium's account. We're going to be doing some reapps for him. I believe we have 100. I can double check here really quick. We have 71. We have 71. So we have 71 reapps. Basically, I'm going to be going over what to reapp, why we reapp it, why we're stopping, why we're continuing to roll over something, etc. And basically just give you that information. Before we get into it, check out this quick message from our sponsor. Yo, what's going on? Today's sponsor is Huawei with the app gallery. Let me talk to you guys about the Huawei deals today. So essentially, the 8th anniversary is on its way. It's very close. There's a lot of good stuff. So offer 1, there is 15% flat cash back in Huawei points for all deals here with Android devices. That's the usual offer that we get. Offer 2, get 2 free coupons every 24 hours. So you can claim coupons for different things. There's a 20% coupon for purchases in the low tiers, 15% for the mid tiers, 15% as well for one above that. And then at the absolute top, you can spend for the big $100 packs, you can get a 15% off coupon. So prices vary based on what you're purchasing. Make sure that you claim the right coupon for what you want to actually purchase. Just check in game for the prices on things. As well, don't forget about the VIP bonuses. So if you spend over 500 euros a month, make sure that you are figuring it all out with Game Center. Make sure to get on the Game Center with your app gallery stuff. You can get up to $16.20 in discount coupons every month with your VIP program. As well as there are loyalty rewards. So if you visit Game Center, you can earn up to 300 euros per month in Huawei coupons, as well as check out their Discord. So the Discord, I'll link that below. They have all of their offers. They have their support team as well there. And the last thing that's worth mentioning is they have a new YouTube channel, so I will link that there as well. Their YouTube channel covers events that they're running, as well as weekly offers with coupons and stuff. So if you don't get the information from me or from their Discord, you can check it out on their YouTube there. Thanks, and here's the video. All right, so what I'm going to do to make this a little bit on the simple side is I'm going to go in the RTA window here. I'm going to put runes that I think are worth reapping onto the Bailey and the 2 Martinas, just so you guys can have an idea of why I want to reapp things. So we'll start by putting in, we'll go with Violent first. So first thing I want to do is sort by default grade. So slot 1, we're looking for innate stats. We're looking for ideally something with accuracy innates. Crit rate innates and resist innates can be good too, depending on the type of build you want. But these runes are good enough, so I'm going to be skipping over them. That's good enough. This is pretty decent as well. You know, we're looking for things like, when I look at this rune, I see like a high roll purple, and I think it's completely fine, right? The subs make sense together, and the innate stats fine too. That's all right. Also keep in mind that it's a really good rune. Keep in mind that down the road, you're also able to re-app over things you've kept previously. Like, it's not the end of the world to do stuff like that. This is decent. This is also decent, but you probably end up re-apping over this just because the distribution is not good and not what you're looking for. Re-app over that. Let's look for things that are currently unusable, right? If our goal straight up first is efficiency, then we're looking at what's unusable. So this is where it stops. You can tell right here where it goes over to the +15 rune that it's a purple rune, and this one's a legend rune. So if we're going to re-app any of these slot 1s, I think we can start with probably this one just because of the premium rune. I think the premium on the innate stat is really good, so I'll put that on there. Oh, I'm sorting by crit rate. My apologies. Let me go through this again. So generally what we're doing when we're looking for runes is we're going to be sorting by default grade, and we're going to be looking for things with innates. So the ideal innates are going to be flat stats, accuracy, crit rate sometimes, crit damage sometimes, and resistance sometimes. Let's take a look through here and see what we can do. You generally do not want to re-app something with an innate attack percent, HP percent, or defense percent. And obviously you never really want to re-app anything with innate speed. It just doesn't really make sense. So far, all the runes with innates seem to make us enough sense and I think are good enough. This one's a re-app potential just because the distribution of rolls is fairly low. 2 off speed, 2 off crit rate, 3 off attack, 2 off HP. Puts this at like a purple-ish rune, but you can't gem a different line, so you actually lose overall efficiency on it. This is okay too to re-app just because 34 accuracy on slot 1, not super commonly used. I would like to re-up this, but the stats are actually okay. 18 and 13 is okay because you can gem the attack or the speed. And then this is where it transfers over into a purple rune, so we stop there. So I'm going to keep the accuracy innate rune equipped for now. Take a look at this. So mainly for slot 2s, we're looking for HP, attack, and defense. Very occasionally you can re-app a defense one, or sorry, HP, attack, and speed. You can very occasionally re-app a defense one. HP ones are mainly for siege. Attack ones are also mainly for siege, but sometimes you can use them for other builds. So let's look with speed first. Speed slot 2s are one of the few runes that I'm willing to re-app even if they don't have innates, just because we need so many of them. So I'm seeing this right now, 9 crit rate, 24 HP, innate flat. This is actually a good target, so I'll put this on here for now. We can look for another one. This would also be a good target, but this is actually decent. 15 crit, 16 attack, and 14 crit damage is really good. Just regen that defense up there. This innate is fine too. 26 and 13. 26 and 13 is decent. Because you have the crit rate innate, you can use this with a crit rate slot 4 and find out like a more efficient build in that sense. And then that's it. So right there. So basically just this one is the one I'd consider re-apping. Find some more targets here. 20 and 11 is good. 20 and 11 is good. You can keep that. 18, 13, 11. This is fine. You just regen the accuracy higher. No innate stat. 10, 24, 12. Very efficient. This is a good siege rune. This is okay. 17 and 10 is okay. You could re-app over this, but you can also just keep it. Because right now we're looking for more usable runes. So I would say we're not re-apping over things that are already decent enough to use. Accuracy innate's always going to be nice here. Crit rate innate. I don't actually like crit rate innate on slot 3 unless you're going for a super tanky build. Usually because you can't find 4 grindables on slot 3, I generally like to get crit rate as one of the roles or accuracy. This is usable the way it is. This could be re-apped to crit damage innate, but it's not as premium as the accuracy innate. Flat HP is a good innate, but this rune's actually decent for siege. Gem defense, and then you get a lot of stats here. And the crit damage innate as well could be decent. So basically just these for now. Let's look at some slot 4s here. Slot 4s depend on what you want to do. Crit rate is a very good chase. You can use them very efficiently for siege. You can use them fairly efficiently for RTA as well. Crit damage is fairly good. I think defense is probably one of the least valuable slots right now, just because additional damage is so valuable and so good against it. I generally would focus on HP over defense for slot 4 and slot 6 right now. But that shouldn't stop you from wanting to run, you know, a couple defense or defense slots on 4 or 6 regardless. A good rune is a good rune at the end of the day. So for me, slot 4 is hard because you're generally just speed chasing. If you go crit damage or crit rate, you can generally go with other stats. You can find like a lot of grindable stats to make units a lot tankier. But something like this, I think, is very premium. However, in this situation, I would actually keep this because Siege Rune is good. 12 speed, 25 HP with 2 grindables. Keep the flat defense and you change this over for flat HP or accuracy resist. It's very good. Resist innate, so accuracy or flat HP. Rune is good. 22 and 16 is good. I would keep that. 14 and 20. This is good because the rolls are good, but in perfect world, you generally want like some speed on this. So in this situation, this is like kind of Leo locked, or you could re-app it if you wanted to. It's good stat-wise. Damn, runes are actually pretty good. Pretty good. This you could re-app over. 23 and 14 is good, but you already threw the 12 gem into it, so you're probably going to hold on to it. You probably don't re-app. I personally don't re-app slot 4s without innates just because most of the time you're speed chasing, so it's really, really hard. This is a great rune to re-app, this crit rate slot. Flat innate is really helpful. Extra stats or extra stats. Crit damage, this you could re-app this as well. This is a very good target. I generally don't re-app attack slot 4. You don't need that many of them, so this is also a good re-app target, this crit rate slot 4. I would probably do this one first, just because this one is usable at 19 speed, even if it's not like really, really great. We'll do that, lock that in. We'll find some other ones here. So 1421. 1421 is like good rolls with 8 and 8, but the problem is this distribution is not that great, and 21 crit damage is not super usable in my opinion. You know, you have no speed and you're limiting yourself to 2 grindables and no crit rate, so I'd probably re-app something like this. The attack in 8 is actually decent. You keep that. The rolls on this are pretty bad. I'd re-app this one too, but it's a lower priority because crit damage in 8. This is fine. Accuracy innate on this is okay. The rolls are not the greatest, so you actually might consider re-apping this. 18 and 14 basically is like 16 and 16. So essentially this rune is like eye purple, but no speed and no 4 grindables in slot 5. Accuracy innate's valuable. This is a good re-app. I actually have quite a few good re-apps on the slot 5 here, which is nice because slot 5s are really hard to re-app properly. So 33 attack. This is actually okay to keep the 33 attack. You can keep the quad roll. even if it's a lower quad. Okay, so I'm going to go with this accuracy innate one that we found. Where was it? This one. This is the re-up target we're going to go first. Better than the flat attack there, because the flat attack one is usable. It's just not great. I personally, again, don't like re-upping no innates. Dun, dun, dun. 16 and 15. This is usable, but it could be re-upped in the future. I think you keep it for now, though, because you put the 12 gem on the attack. 25 and 10. This is also usable, but also could be re-upped in the future, too. It's fine. This is really good. Oh, this is a really good rune. I would not re-up this just because no innate. You're speed chasing on it. Never the innate speed. This is okay to re-up just because it's 15 and 16 is just okay. Defense crit damage innate. You probably keep this at 31 HP. You can just keep it the way it is. The resist slot. You probably don't re-up that, but you could if you were looking for something specific for siege. And that's should be it. Okay. So if that's it, I think my suggestion here for the re-ups is going to be this attack rune is viable. And this defense rune is viable. I think we're going to go the attack rune first, though, just because of, like, looking through what you have, not seeing a lot of super solid attack runes. So let's slap all these onto Martina first right now, so we know that these are targets. Let's go to the second Martina, and we'll do the same thing. I'll go see if there's any other targets we wanted to throw up. Resist was fine here. I don't think there was any slot 1s for this set. I think mainly just the slot 3s and 5s. We saw a bunch of good ones. Yep. Let's go back to speed. Don't think there was anything too pressing that I wanted to see. However, what we could do is we could re-up one of these like weaker runes. So this one is pretty weak. Oh, no, defense innate, never mind. 15, 13, 15. If this was HP instead of attack, I think I'd be willing to keep this. You could re-up this one. I'll put it in here as an option for now. Yeah, so essentially right now we're just looking to fill up the units with runes that we would want to potentially re-up in the future, and then we can re-up them afterwards. Like I said, not a huge fan of re-upping the innate crit rate on slot 3 just because that means you can't get crit rate, and crit rate is really good on slot 3 as an option. That was usable for siege. And that's another one. So we have one more in that slot that we can use. Let's quick search by HP percent. Search by defense percent. And crit damage. This was an option if we wanted to re-up it. Doesn't absolutely need it. And this was another crit damage one that we wanted to re-up. So slot 5s. There were a couple slot 5s that we wanted to touch with re-ups. Yeah, a big important factor for me when re-upping runes is if your rune quality and your rune depth is like just okay, you're generally re-upping strictly for efficiency first. So what happens is that you hit a good rune, you stop. You don't just like speed chase every single rune, because at that point you're just gonna be throwing re-ups into a void that you're never really gonna get any value out of. It's very, very difficult and very frustrating to play the game that way. It's very demoralizing as well. So now that I'm done going through Violent, I'm going to go through Will. Personally, I think the main sets to re-up Violent, Will. Swift is too hard to chase, and Despair is also really tough because you need high efficiency and usually you need high speed, but you are welcome to do that if you want to. Oh, accuracy and 8. This is a premium re-up right there. Slap these in. And we'll go down to Bailey. So I believe we had one more Violent rune here that we could have re-upped. Had a crit damage innate near the bottom. That one, we had one more on slot 5. This is an okay re-up. Attack percent, crit damage percent. 21, 14, 22, and 11. This is okay. You could have gem attack, but I'm not really a big fan of that. I think I would keep this. I would gem speed over this and keep this as a slow rune. This one I would re-up though. And we can go back to will, look for different will runes that are worth reapping. That's a good reapp. That's a good reapp too. Actually, that's a preferable reapp just because of the accuracy. That's where the hero runes start. Speed slot 2s. That's honestly not very good. You could reapp that. Oh, we reapp this first. This is premium innate stats. So on slot 2, generally you want either crit rate or accuracy innate or flats. If you go flats, it means you can roll into the accuracy or roll into the crit rate. If you have accuracy innate, it means you're looking for crit and 3 grindables. If you have crit rate innate, you're looking for accuracy and 3 grindables. So you have kind of different options with that. Something like this is also really good innate. So we have a lot of really good slot 2s we can work on here. These are purple, so it stops here. Let's look for HP percent ones we can re-up first. 17, 16. This is okay. I'd actually keep that the way it is. Very good siege rune. Right, that's it. Defense percent. We do have an accuracy innate, so that's potential. Let's look for HP slot 6s. Most common. That's okay. 16, 14 is okay. 16, 11, 14 is good. 18 and 13. This is not very good. I probably would re-up over this. Yeah. Put these all here right now. Let's get onto Dova. A couple more good ones here to potentially re-up. There's another one of the accuracy. Oh, it's a hero rune. We're looking at... It's another hero rune. Oh, yeah. So the last one is here, actually. So this is the rune we're looking for. Looking for another re-up potential candidate. I would probably re-up this, or I would just gem speed over the accuracy. 26. That's not great. Accuracy innate. This is an okay rune, though. 16, 12, and 10 is okay with accuracy innate. Gem HP percent, you can use it. Damage accuracy. This is also okay. It's not the greatest. You just regem the HP, but it's okay. For crit rate slot, crit rate, crit damage innate. Yeah, we could re-up that. It's a lot of targets we have here. So I'm just going to leave these on these units forever, basically. This is a premium re-up rune. Holy, and an ancient too. Yeah, that should be re-up for sure. And let's go. We looked at HP percent. Let's look at attack percent now. We have nothing there. Quick check on defense percent. And let's check an accuracy. So accuracy, no innates. So we don't bother. And let's check the violent accuracy innates too. No flat innates. No non-defense HP innates. So we'll leave those the way they are. To Dova. And then we'll go one last unit. Let's put some on Leah as well. Because there were a couple more targets that were decent. It was this one. Yeah, this one was just like okay. You could keep it. You could re-up it if you want to. It's a lower priority option. Probably that one. Crit damage. Resistance. Flat. You could use this. Oh, you could use this on a slow unit if you want. Technically, I think this one's more unusable. Well, they're probably pretty similar and unusable. This one's less stats, though. I would be more inclined to use the flat attack one, though, just for generic play. All right. So that is all of the runes that I would consider reappable between Violent and Will right now on your account. So I'm going to start with priority. I'm going to go with your 2, 4, 6s, and then we'll jump into the probably the 5s and then the 1, 3s afterwards. So let's go with the most premium runes. Start with here. So this speed slot 2 is pretty premium. Not everyone likes to start with speed slot 2 because they would rather speed chase. I usually value the speed slot 2 a lot more just because the stat gain out of it is really, really relevant. So we're going to go with that. 23-21. This is really good. You jump defense percent over the crit damage, and this is suddenly like a super efficient rune. You have 2 grindables plus the flat grindable. It's an amazing rune. Congratulations. 1 and done. 1 and done. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. All right. The crit rate slots. Let's take a look at what else we have. We have some speeds here. So let's take the speed slot. Maybe we can 1 and done twice in a row. Get something really nice. 1723. 1723 is okay. It's an upgrade, but it's not what we're looking for. So it's 4 under still on the crit damage, and the resistance plus flat is not ideal here. This is okay. This is purple. It's not a great purple, though. I think I'd rather just look at the left side. Look for better rolls. We can find something better than that. It's like low purple. $15, $12, $16. This is actually fine. You can gem attack percent over the accuracy, and then this is decent. So you have 2 mid rolls on crit rate, an upper mid roll on crit damage, and a max roll on HP. Also a very good rune. We can keep that the way it is. So what I like to do is I remove them after I re-up them into something good and usable, just so that I know that they're no longer targets that I wanna chase after. Let's throw a couple into this crit damage rune. We can use a lot of different things for crit damage. Crit damage is really good for a lot of the siege builds. Low rolls, very low rolls. So for this video, basically, I'm going to keep all of the re-app rolls that I pass over as well, just because some people are always unsure of, like, do I keep it? Do I not keep it? I think this will give you a better example of what to keep and what not to keep. These are decent rolls, but you're looking for something better than this theoretically. You would want the flat to be a percentage or the accuracy to have a single roll in it, and then it would be worth keeping. Oh, that's really good. So you have 20 defense, 17 speed, and 6 crit. You can gem over the flat defense with HP percent or attack percent. You're in a good place. So a lot of really good re-ups, actually. Maybe I have the magic hands. Maybe. I seem to be doing pretty well with these. We have another slot 2 here. Let's go for this premium accuracy innate. 12, 10, 48, 8. Nope, that's pretty poop. We're looking for triple roll crit, ideally. 3 grindables, high stack grindables. Lots of flexible options here. It's technically better, so we'll keep it for now. Can we hit again? Can we just hit every single time? How lucky can we be on Genesium's account today? Let's see. Not quite there yet. I'm really excited for that one ancient rune. That thing was premium in terms of re-up potential. $16, $15, $6 is okay. I think I'm going to keep it for now, just because the flat HP is actually not bad. So if you grind the flat HP with a legend, you get 1,000 flat HP. 1,000 flat HP ranges between like 6 or 7% on the low end up to 12% based on the base HP of your unit. So if you gem over the crit damage with HP percent, it's actually a fairly efficient rune. It's a fairly efficient rune. I keep that the way it is for now. There's no reason to re-up over it when it's usable. All right. We'll save this one for last. This is the re-app rune of choice. We'll save that one last. Let's get this crit. Actually, let me check if there's more accuracy innates. Accuracy innate on the 1. I want to do this one. I really like accuracy, and especially when high rolls, like 6+ is really good for a lot of re-apps. Better, but not by a lot. We're looking for something good here. I'd like to see if we can triple roll speed. I've been triple rolling speed a lot on my account without re-apps, like just natural rolls. So I want to see if that luck kind of transfers over to the re-apps here for Genesium. Find some really efficient runes, but I want to find something super speedy. It's always nice to log back into your account and be like, ooh, 27 speed. Oh, we lost a roll. We lost a roll. This is okay. You could keep this with a speed gem because of the double flat and the grindable stat. but I think I want to re-app over this. I'm going to re-app the other things first, just because this is usable. It's not OP, but it's usable and it's decent. So I'll leave that on here, but it's something we come back to afterwards. We want to touch a bunch of the other runes first. I'm gonna try to... Oh, close. Close. I almost got scammed. Close. All right, accuracy innates. There's an accuracy innate here. 23 and 12. That's poop. Let's go. Give me some good stats. 11 speed. Not that great. It's not that great. Better, but doesn't really matter. We re-app over both anyways. Oh, 1,000 flat HP poggers. Looking for combinations of HP, crit rate, speed, attack speed, HP. We can take attack, speed, HP, flat HP. Oh, 29% HP. This is a great rune. Ideally, the resistance would be higher, but 29 HP is 3 off max, and the speed could be regemmed. So overall, this is upper mid purple. Or sorry, upper mid legend, which is really, really good. So if we look at this from the 4 resist over makes up for the 3 under on HP. That makes it a max purple. And then if we gem the speed higher, then we're going purple plus, which pretty good. I'd keep that. I actually need this rune for my siege units. All right, do we have any more accuracy innates? We do. That's the one I said we keep for now. Okay, let's go with... Let's finish out the 4/6s. Let me try to tap this this filer rune. So this is usable, but I would like to see if we can get something better within 5, because it's harder to use this unless you're pretty much only using it on a bomber. I mean, I guess we could keep it. Maybe we should just keep it the way it is. If you gem accuracy over the crit damage and then you grind 3 stats, it's pretty good on units like John. And it could be really good on like Kaki, Fuki, Kinki, etc. So maybe we'll just leave it the way it is. Focus on the crit rate slot 4 instead. We're looking for 3 grindables and, 4 grindables technically, because speed and HP, defense, attack. This is better, but they're both pretty unusable. Usually the slowest you want this on is like 12 speed, assuming that you have like an insane stat line. If you have like 24 HP, 24 defense, 12 speed is more than enough. Right? Or even if no speed, you can gem speeding of 10 plus 5. That could have been it. That could have been it. Had the potential. Lip stats, not quite what we're looking for. The crit rate is not ours. We hit so well on all the other runes that maybe my expectations have been tempered too high. Another 31-13 split. Okay. We'll stop at 30 and then we'll move on to a different rune if it's not quite hitting. Unless it's the one rune you need, generally it's better not to just slam every single re-app into them, because you're runing for efficiency, or you're re-apping for efficiency, right? You're trying to get lots of good runes versus one insane rune. One last chance. See if we get some speed here. And that's usable. 21 accuracy is usable. It's not ideal. Perfect world, you want more grindable stats, but it's an option. Oh, I missed this accuracy innate. How did I miss that? All right, we hit this one then. This is our focus. We want to use the premium ones to make decent runes first. 15 speed's an upgrade, but it still needs to be re-upped over. 15-10 is pretty gross. And the flat roll. That's not any better. Let's see what we can do. 9-16. We lost a roll here. That's either double HP or double attack. That's pretty rough. The lowest you can roll on HP and attack and defense is 5%, so it's possible that that was double min roll. It's better, but it's not great. So it's This is like a decent purple rune. I think I would want to re-app over it in the future, but if you want to keep it for now, it's decent. It's really good for things like water twins, for offense against MSTs. It's fairly good for crit damage MSTs if you want to use that for siege offense as well. So I'll leave it there for now. It's pretty decent. You could also take off the speed for HP or attack percent for Leo if you wanted to, but I generally don't take speed off runes for premium unless you absolutely have to. Wow, I missed an entire unit of 2 accuracy nates. This is the first unit we ruined up to say, hey, we should re-app these. I can't believe I missed them all. I guess I clicked the one Martina and forgot to click the other one. That's decent. Not great, but get better. It's 4% off, 2%, 2%, so it's like a full roll. It's like blue rune. That is a much better rune, but I still would like something better. Because overall, that's still not that great. If you told me that was 10 crit rate, it might be a little bit more acceptable, but then it would just be like an okay Sag kind of rune. Oh! Oh! I think in this situation, since you have accuracy innate as a fast rune, you take crit rate off for HP percent. Because you have min defense, flat HP, and then so you can get 20+% HP, and then you can get 1000 flat HP, and your accuracy, defense percent, speed. That's a great rune. Congratulations. Nice triple roll. All right, all right, all right. So this is what I was talking about. This is that rune where it's like, it's decent, but it could be so much better. So I want to throw a couple into it just to see if we can get something better. Overall, I do like the accuracy innate being a premium for this rune. So keeping something that's just like average like this, that can't be they can't have a gem stat, is just like okay. It is technically a little bit greedy to re-app something like this, but I do have faith that in 5 we can get something a little bit or a lot better. A little bit or a lot better, you know. Sometimes it just be like that, you know. Sometimes it just be like that. Just throw that attack or HP percent gem in there. Yeah, we've done a pretty good job so far with these runes. If I do say so myself. So this one I talked about, it's like it's okay. It's basically low roll purple. And the reason it's low roll is because this 1 over makes up for the 1 under over or 2 under here. And then you're 4 under on this, so it's like eh. So I do think we should re-up this just to see what we can get. It's not any better. If this was 15 crit rate, that would be different. 15 crit rate, I think I'd be more inclined to keep something like this. 27 is okay. It's just a mid roll. Blue plus. Eh. We can get better than that. 18, 21, 11. So 18, 21, 11 is technically better, but there's no accuracy and there's no crit. And the reason it's better is because the 2 over on HP can kind of make up for the under on attack, and then you can gem over the resistance and gem the flat defense. But it's not better by a significant margin, so I would want to hit it again. It's just like a little bit better. $23.12. This is better. I actually like 23 accuracy on slot 2. I value the accuracy and crit rate on slot 2 a lot more than I do on other runes, just because this rune is speed main. So I'm going to keep that the way it is and probably suggest to take off the crit damage for defense percentage and then grind it. So we have a couple runes left that we can touch. Crit rate slot there. I have a speed slot with no innate. Probably keep that for now. It's okay. 13, 15, 15 is okay. Ideally, we wanted that to be defense, but we can keep it the way it is for now. Defense innate. 18 speed HP with nothing else. Let's do the defense percent rune first. 15 and 16 is okay, but we would ideally like something better. Actually, let's see. 15 and 16. There's no HP percent and there's no flat. So you're using the resistance. I guess you could just gem HP percent. 19 speed with like 17 HP is okay. Yeah, I guess it's okay. We leave it for now. We find something better to re-up down the road. 22 and 11 could be used. We talked about that being okay, but not ideal. This one cannot be used. Let's re-up this. 21 resist, 13 accuracy here is not a usable stat line. That is actually a usable stat line, though. It's not perfect. So we're 4 under on defense, 2 under on HP, 2 under on attack. So this is basically a maxed purple rune. Actually, it's not. It's blue and a half. So the reason it's blue and a half is if I took 4 off the attack and put it onto the HP would be max, the attack would be max, which would mean that we're at 1 full max roll, but then the defense is only 1.5 rolls. So 2.5 rolls makes it blue plus. We re-app over it. We look for something more efficient and better overall. If you need this rune, though, like if this is something you need on your account, just keep it. Gem speed over the resist and use it. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think that with where Genesium is at in the game, being a C3 RTA player and playing at like G2, G3 level Siege, we're all looking for things that are better than this. That's almost better. I mean, it's technically better, but not by a significant amount. It makes the rune more niche. It's still a speed gem either way. I think so far with how many good things we've hit, I'm not too worried about not hitting on this slot 5. We hit 2 triple roll speeds and a couple insanely efficient legend runes. That slot 2. I want that slot 2 that I rolled. That was a really good one. All right, we got 1 re-app left to go, and then we can hop over to the Ancient. All right, and we didn't hit on this one, so unlucky. All right, last rotation. We do have this amazing Ancient rune. Let's see what we can do with this. This is big potential for sick rune. Big potential. That's not the big potential I'm looking for. I'm looking for either super efficient raw stats or something that has a lot of speed. Potentially could hit 31 speed. It exists. It's possible. 31 speed will rune to be pretty nuts, though. Maybe a little overkill, actually. Oh, I saw the 31. It baited me. My heart jumped a little bit for a second. 14, 16, 9. This is better, but not quite there yet. 14, 16, 9's okay. Oh, we can get better than these. These are not great. These have not been great so far. We might have wasted all the luck already. It's potential, but I want to believe that we could do better. I want to believe. So that resist roll was actually natural, and then the other is double flat attack there. Mm-hmm. 28, 7, 15. This is great. This is great. It's done. You jump speed over the crit rate, and then you're done. That's going to be an upper mid-roll purple. So you have 24 defense is the max. You take 1 off for the HP, 1 off for the attack. Leaves you at 26%. So you have purple plus. You have a purple plus rune. So you have a max purple with a little bit of bonus, and then you have the innate, and you have the grindables. So this is going to be super efficient. Use gem speed right here, and then hit it all with grinds, and you're going to be in a great place.